y'all. It's Tylo's mom. Make sure y'all liking, commenting, subscribing. I love my viewers. Love the new subscribers. Thank you so much for all the support. I wanted to come on here and talk about this whole Chrisean and BlueFace situation. So my thing is, I can understand somebody wanting to have a family. I can understand somebody wanting love. I can understand somebody wanting their child to grow up in a 2-parent household. So did I. But my thing is, it comes down to like with me, for example, you got to go off your own personal experiences. It's what you prefer and what you want, what you're willing to deal with and not deal with. Me personally, my son's father has 3 baby mamas. I'm the 3rd one. And you know, I'm the only black one. My thing is my baby dad said something to me that he said, black women swear they the shit, huh? I'm like, well, I guess when you get rejected by a lot of them, that tends to grow a little bit of resentment all up in here. You know what I mean? Had your chest hurt. But my thing is it's like I did not want my son having to deal with, 1, a toxic environment, and 2, having his emotions going up and down. I have a happy baby. I wanted my baby to stay that way. I didn't want my baby sitting there dealing with listening to arguing, which he was listening to arguing. He was seeing a ton of fighting. His dad would get into his little moods to where the point where he would start not doing anything physically to him, but doing things like ignoring him. I remember the one time my son's father woke up out of a nap. He was miserable. My son was in the shower. I was giving him a shower because he liked to play with the water and he liked for it to splash down on him. And my son's father decided, because I guess he woke up irritated, he would go in there, go to the bathroom, then turn the light off. My son was screaming in there crying. Child, when I tell you, I cussed that man out so bad and we got into it so bad. I don't play behind my child at all. Not even his own dad will get away with doing anything to him. Just because you're his father, that don't mean anything. So, it was stuff like that. Then on top of that, it was like he would get into these little moods, call me the big boss, and all of a sudden don't want to pay bills. I'm a hustler. I know, you know what I'm saying? I've been selling cars since I was 16, so I've been selling cars for over 10 years. I know about cars. I got a few different things that I do as far as entrepreneurship wise. So my thing is his dad felt intimidated. His ego was sensitive. So because his ego was so sensitive, he has that mentality still to this day. Do everything by yourself. Since you the big boss, do everything by yourself. He's a narcissist and a gaslighter. So my thing is nothing anybody says ever has a relevant point to him. Meaning you can't even have a transparent conversation, agree to disagree, nor does he take accountability. Everything is what you made him do. Now, my thing is with Chrisean, right? It's like, just because that's your son's father, you ain't got to deal with inconsistencies. You don't got to deal with him going in and out. He showed you where he want to be. Let him stay there. Nobody has time for that. My son's father personally gets angry at me because I'm the type of baby mother where it's like I feel like it's inappropriate to ask about, you know, if y'all co-parenting, leave it strictly on the child. Anything else outside of that can be considered as inappropriate, in my opinion. So I just leave it on the child. His other baby moms, they're not like that. You know, they want to know about his relationship status and why didn't the past work out. I don't care about any of that stuff. Just co-parent with me. Let's take care of our son. Let's raise him right and leave it at that. God gave me all my answers as to why I wasn't thriving in the situation. Y'all, I was losing weight. I wasn't eating. Wasn't getting things done. Because my thing is, like with Chrisean, it's like, baby girl, when you have to spend your time arguing with these men and trying to convince these men to do the right thing, it takes away from things you should be doing, things that need your attention, positive things, positive moves you could be making, because you're trying to you know, help somebody with a sensitive ego, or you're trying to help a man that needs to still be coddled by his mother, right? And you don't have time for that because you have you know, a baby of your own now that you have to coddle and look out for. So it's like you don't have time to do it with a man. We just have time. We just want men to be you know, together. And if you're going to go through something, let's go through it together. But don't destroy me behind me supporting you. My last relationship, it was like, that's why I can speak on it so fluently, because my thing is I had to choose me and my son's happiness over a relationship. Then on top of that, that's another thing too. A lot of people don't want to be alone. You got to learn to be alone. That's important. Learning to be alone saves you from being in situations that you have no business being in. You know what I'm saying? With my son, I know the type of environment that I wanted. Like, I used to, like, let me tell you something. I wanted, like, the family dynamic, the whole, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we get upset at each other and when we're arguing, we go in the bathroom and turn the shower on and argue, you know, in the bathroom while the kids sleep or while they doing whatever they're doing in their rooms, but they don't hear us arguing. I grew up in a household that was so toxic. It was like, when I got older, God didn't allow me. God showed you your what's the word that I'm looking for? God shows you you're diminished before your very eyes. I started losing weight. Now I suffer from anxiety and depression, but I'm trying to get back to myself. You got to fight to get back to yourself. That's why my thing, and then that's another thing I'm tired of hearing. Just because you're young don't mean you got to be dumb. I understand you want, like with her, I understand you want your child's father to be present in his life. I understand you love the man. You got him tatted on you 7-8 times. But the thing is, you have to understand that the situation ain't going to change. It ain't going to get better. Then because you've allowed him to disrespect you in the way that he has, so public, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, that situation is never going to get better. So you might as well throw in the towel. Don't let yourself get to a and this goes for all women, don't let yourself get to a real low point before you realize that the situation isn't for you. We're in the time now where people don't have a lot of time. Time is running out. You have to understand and be strong enough to be like, yo, this situation is not for me. I'm a dip. That's what I did with my situation. That's why his dad is still angry to this day. His dad told me, my son was the only one out of all his kids that had the opportunity and the option to have a family. I ruined it. But what am I supposed to do? Keep dealing with you going in and out. 1 minute, my son's father's from Atlanta. So 1 minute you want to be here in upstate New York with me. Then you want to go back to Atlanta. Then when things get hard here in upstate New York and we're trying to, you know, get back to a good place, whether it's financially, whether it's in our home, you decide you want to, I see you in text messages in your phone and stuff talking to your other baby mamas or your brothers or your sisters or your mom saying you want to go back home. So it's like, take your ass back home. My thing is you're not about to sit around in my face and sit around in my son's face and make us miserable, especially if you're not adding anything. You're not adding any happiness to the situation. So why are you going to be there? So my thing is with her situation, with Chrisean Rock and BlueFace situation, he done already disrespected you numerous times. Then on top of that, he's going back and forth between his other baby mother and you. So my thing is he'll never be faithful to you. So what are you holding on to? That's another thing with us. We love people so much that it's like, what are you holding on to? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing positive about the situation. So why hold on? You honestly, when you love people, you want so bad for them to change. You can talk to your blue in the face, but that don't necessarily mean they're going to change. So my thing is now with me being a mother, I'm to a point now where I'm like, let me learn how to be by myself. So I'm not, because I don't want to bring men in and out of my son's life, like baby boy. And they kicking down my son's little forts and stuff and messing up his game and eating this. I can't deal with that. So I'd rather wait for God to send me the right man. God to send me the right man. Then on top of that, I felt like because my household, I felt like adults chose to stay in a toxic situation because they were afraid of being alone instead of choosing peace for themselves and for their children. So I chose peace for myself and my son. I started to notice, my son, excuse y'all, my son is in the background, I'm just trying to get this video done and get my little point across. But for me, my son, I started to notice his mood deteriorating. My thing is, even with that, with Chrisean, hey, you see how it's like, I don't even know how to put it. It's like, so with Jaden and Alexis don't be happy because BlueFace be playing with her like he do, and then it shifts the way she treats her children, right? And now her children are not happy. So my thing is, that's another thing that's really important. Your children feel the negative energy in the situation. That's why it's always important to not allow your children to be in toxic and in negativity. It's really, really important. And that same thing goes for her. Then on top of that, it's okay to let the man come visit the baby, but you already know what type of man you dealing with. He in and out. He ain't gonna be around for long. He'll be good Monday and Tuesday like my baby daddy was. Then something in his fucked up mind to come up in his head, and then boom, he'll be back on the bullshit again. Has nothing to do with you. People can't keep going through that. People can't keep going through that. So it's like you have to choose yourself over that repeated negative cycle. That's all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with being young. Just because you're young, that don't mean what? You deserve to be in toxic situations that's going to destroy you? No, you deserve peace. Peace when it comes to all the relationships in your life. If you feel like the situation is toxic, you feel like it adds no value to you, why are you in it? That's why I'm getting to a point. And then I reevaluate my situation. I take care of my son by myself. So why would I allow a man that don't contribute to my situation to come in and affect my energy? I got to be present for my son. I got to be present for myself. I got to be able to get up every single day and be able to participate and use my energy towards everything positive that I have going on. I don't got time for negative energy. The time that Chrisean has spent arguing with BlueFace on Twitter and on Instagram and stuff like that over the stupid shit he doing, you're losing precious time. You're losing precious opportunities. Don't do that. Don't allow that to happen. That's all I'm saying. But you know what I mean, y'all? I just wanted to come on here, give a little bit of input. You know, I might have another video I might upload about this topic. But yeah, women, choose yourself. Shit, even men, choose yourself. If the situation ain't adding no value to you, we are not in the time where people have time to waste time nor be unhappy. It's time to choose your happiness and choose your peace. It's time to grow that strength to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what she has to do. People keep saying, oh, just because you done been with somebody for years, that don't mean nothing. Just because you got their name tatted a bunch of times, just because y'all got kids, that don't mean nothing. Anybody, God can touch anybody at any time. Anybody could be like, you know what? One day just be laying in bed and be like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. This situation not good for me. It's toxic. That's what I expect going to happen to her. I obviously see that the baby's obviously changing her attitude, changing how she is. So it's like eventually it'll change how she is. The situation will change how she is with BlueFace. And Blue, honestly, Carlicia, whatever your mother name is, I don't know how many times that woman screamed in your face. I don't know how many times that woman told you to go sit your ass back down and wait for me to come back. I don't know how many times that woman screamed at you and told her to get out her room because she was choosing another man over her own child in flesh and blood, because she done did it to all your siblings. My thing is, whatever hurt and pain that you're holding on to, that you're choosing to dish out on the other people, you got to deal with that and you got to get over it. Like, seriously. You really do. Because my thing is, with somebody like you are very, very hurt mentally and emotionally and intellectually. And you're taking it out on everybody else. You're running havoc in two different households, you know, with two different women for no reason. Because you got your own issues going on. And because they not strong enough to put you, check you and let you know that shit not going on around here. You know what I'm saying? You get to continue to do things that, don't add positivity to the situation, but only make it worse. So deal with that trauma you got going on too. Let that ego go. The pimp shit is not realistic. You're not a pimp. Pimps don't cry like you do. And then on top of that, pimps don't sit up there and argue over a woman eating in somebody else's establishment. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. A lot of the stuff that you argue over, with and beef with over Twitter and Instagram is childish, and it's kind of zesty, to be honest with you. It's woman-like. So you're not a pimp, but you need to get over your trauma, and she needs to get over her trauma, and then y'all got to choose what y'all want to do. Point blank, period. But don't choose to stay in a toxic situation. It's not healthy. It's not right. Not for you, not for the child. The child will eventually grow up to resent you. Trust me, I know. But like I said, y'all, just wanted to come on here with a little video. Make sure y'all liking, commenting, subscribing. Thank you to my new subscribers, y'all. I'm trying to hit 1,000. We're about to hit 300. So thank y'all so much for all the love, support, and like I said, this is Tylo's mom, and we are out. Bye.